Scott Lee here with the incredible Craig Red. Yeah, that's you, incredible. I
don't believe it.
I am so glad to be here. You know, this is a person that I met when I went to Sterling Prison, and he was wearing a green jumpsuit, and yet God had already used him to start an incredible aftercare ministry. You know, it was amazing, Craig. I mean, I don't know if it was you or Preston Chaplain Davis who told me the story of how that thing started, but just how you had a friend that had a tough time getting out, and you know, you started to think about, could you do more for guys getting out? And how many churches did you write asking for help?
Literally hundreds. Literally would write hundreds of churches simply asking would they help a man if they would come to him seeking help from prison, and literally maybe get one response out of every 100 I would write.
And you wrote the hundreds in the Front Range area, and yet through that, how many churches did you end up having in your network?
Oh, numerous. We have numerous churches now in the network. Upwards of a dozen.
So
in the network.
How many of those do you think were in the game when you were in prison that you could rely on?
Three.
Okay. And Providence was one of them.
Providence was one of them.
So he built a relationship with a church called Providence Bible Church here in Denver, and they you know, the pastors were so impressed by what was going on at Sterling and what Craig was doing that they said, if you're released, you know, we'll give you a job. And Craig, thanks to the budget cuts in Colorado and all of that, Craig got kicked a little bit early. How early?
I still have till 2014 until I'm off of till my mandatory release.
Okay.
So I was probably 6 years early.
So when did you think you were getting out, though?
2013.
So then in December of 2009, they roll up into your cell and say, Red, pack your stuff.
Pretty much. I had made parole my first opportunity from a halfway house, and I made a halfway house the first opportunity, which is just, it's a miracle in itself. A miracle in itself.
So were you ready to get out?
I was.
No fear? I know a lot of guys are afraid.
Well, yeah, there was absolutely the natural fear of both success and failure.
Yeah.
Both of those fears were there.
I can relate to that. But so you showed up at Providence and scared Jason half to death.
No, that was hilarious because when I showed up, he knew I was getting out, but he had no idea I was out.
So this is the pastor at Providence.
The senior pastor there, Jason Jans. I show up, and when I show up, I walk down the aisle, and he's standing up on the pew talking to his wife and one of the elders, and I just stand in front of him. And he just starts bawling. He looks at me and just starts crying. Because that isn't fair. That is not fair. That's the only words he could utter. Because he had no idea. He just knew it wasn't fair for me to spring that on him. And it blew him away. But they were true to their word. They plugged me in. They put me right to work. I mean, God went to work.
Yeah. So now, fast forward, what is that, a year and 3 months, and here we are in a Strong Tower ministry, in the office of a Strong Tower ministry. Outside the door, behind the camera, are a dozen guys that are being changed by God and are being influenced by Strong Tower ministry. And 18 guys a day come wandering into this place looking for help. And Craig and his staff, mostly ex-offenders, are here to help them. So these are guys who know what they've been through, know what they're going through, and they are absolutely being impacted by God forever.
Who better to help somebody than somebody that knows what somebody's been through?
Yeah. So last night I had the privilege of going to their ex-offender worship service they have every Thursday night called Refuge. And, you know, I had 5 guys tell me yesterday, this place is a refuge. It's a place where I can go and feel safe when they don't know what the future holds, when they don't know if they're going to be able to get a job or how they're going to get out of halfway house or what clothing they're going to have or what they're going to eat or where they're going to live. This place, a Strong Tower ministry, is a refuge. And it was birthed in God's heart in Sterling Prison in a guy in a green jumpsuit. And just like the Apostle Paul was an inmate but became the birth of a movement that changed the world, I believe we are going to see something birthed in a prison that's going to change the world. And Chaplain Davis, Chaplain Jackman, Chaplain Kelly there in Sterling, you guys are faithful servants of God, and this is the fruit of your ministry.
I agree. It starts inside, and if there's not somebody to continue that progression and watch men mature and help them mature in who Christ wants them to be, Scott, they're bound to fail. And our whole idea is to give them a fighting chance to not return to their old lifestyle.
Yeah. So thank you. Thanks, Craig.
Hey brothers, my name is Matthew Sowash, and I'm blessed. I'm absolutely blessed. For the first 45 years of my life, I spent living for Matt. Everything I did for selfish reasons. That's why I went to prison, because of how selfish I was. I gave up my family. I gave up everything, to go search for money and to serve Matt. And I went to prison for that. I took money from people and I went to prison. But when I was getting sentenced to, when you're standing in front of the judge and everybody's telling you that you're going to get probation, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm getting probation, and I go right back out and do what I was doing. And then the judge said 5 years. He said you're going to go to prison for 5 years with a 5-year tail. And I didn't know what to think, man. I did not know what to think. I was angry. I was pissed. They took me away in handcuffs, as you guys know, and put me in this cell. And I spent 4 or 5 days just angry and just ready to get revenge on everybody I knew for why I'm here. And it was the worst time of my life. I lost everything. I lost every penny I had, every possession I had. My family abandoned me. Every friend, every business partner were gone. I literally was alone, sitting there in that cell in DRDC with nothing. Nothing. That little concrete cell by myself. You all know how. You've all been there. You know what I'm talking about. And then one night, man, when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, I reached up to God, who's always been there for me. I reached up to Him and I said, God, I've had enough. I need You. And I truly submitted myself to Him 100%. And He took hold. He took hold of me and He hugged me. And man, I dropped to the ground for hours, just crying. And they weren't tears of anger. They were tears of joy. That I found love. I found something in someone, in my God, that loves me no matter what I've done. And I've truly been blessed since then. Every day it has gotten better and better. I don't know how they get better, but they do. They get better every single day. I was sentenced to 5 years in prison. I went to Delta, and I'd never read the Bible before, and I read it, man. I read it, and I studied it, and I still read it every single day, because that's my guide. Jesus Christ in front of me is my guide. Going to Delta was awesome. I got to spend time there just doing nothing but learning about Jesus, and how cool was that? My heart goes out to Chaplain Potter and Chaplain Bishop that were up at Delta. It was only through them that I was able to achieve the things that I achieved with the Bible and with Jesus, because they were such wonderful helps to me. They were always there. And you people that give money to Good News Jail and Prison Ministries, thank you, and I will be in gratitude to you for the rest of my life, because you're the ones that make this possible. And that 5 years turned into 10 months. I only spent 10 months in prison. God showed me favor. He said, 10 months and you're out, Matthew. And I went to a halfway house, found Craig Red here at Strong Tower Ministry, because I prayed. I said, God, please, just send me to a place where I can serve You. All I want to do is serve You. And there's Craig. Craig Red's there. He spent time in Sterling. He's a felon just like me. And he said, man, come on, let's do this thing. And now I'm working. We're starting a production studio here at Strong Tower Ministries. I got brothers that we're able to employ and work with. And my life is great, and it gets better every single day, guys. And I guess my message is, God is there for us no matter what. No matter what we've done, no matter who we are, no matter what we do. Man, just turn to Him. Just submit yourself to Him. He'll take hold, and He will bless you beyond your imagination. When I was in prison, I was the freest man I had ever been in my life, and I continue to be free every day. God bless you, brothers. Turn to Jesus. Turn to God. And live your life the way you're supposed to, man. It's the best way to live. God bless you guys.
Hello, my name is Tony Garcia, and I thank God that He opened the prison doors for me, because I've been locked down. I've been in prison for 21 years, And I came over here to the Strong Tower Ministry, and I got help with clothes and hygiene, and on top of that, I got a job, doing what I love to do, and that's photo restoration. And I think Craig Red, who runs this ministry, that he has been able to help, just clothes, because clothes I needed, and it's just something that I was blessed with, God is using Craig Red a lot, and he's just something that he's a blessing to everyone that comes out of prison. And I've been out a month now, and I'm enjoying life. It's a new beginning. It's a new life that and I'm also committed to serving God full time, 100%. So I leave everything in His hands, and without God, I would fall flat on my face and probably go back to prison. But I won't do that, because He opened the doors, and the doors that God opens, no man can close. So I encourage everyone, to keep the faith. God can and will open those doors. It's just something that we just have to have faith in. Because sometimes, there were times when I wanted to give up, but I didn't. I kept serving God behind the walls, and now I'm here serving Him. It's a beautiful thing. So with that, it's just something that I'm happy to be here. I'm just enjoying a new beginning now, a new life.